Right, I'm just going to test out this climbing rope with some of the liquid grip product to see if it's going to be any good. First off, I'm going to climb it with the rope dry, then I'm going to climb it with the rope wet, and I'm going to try climbing it with the rope wet with some of this grip on and see if it's going to make it any easier for me. Right, so with it dry it's nice and easy to climb. I'm just going to turn the water on now and soak it up. It's not thoroughly soaked, but it's pretty slippy. Just see how it gets on. Oh, yeah. Oh. That's notably much more difficult to grip now. I'm just going to dry my hands off. I'm going to try some of this grip on and see if it's any easier. So it says to apply a small amount of hands, evenly coat and allow to dry. Do not continue to rub into hands like lotion. So apply a small amount. So I've just got to wait for it to dry now. So you can see it slowly turning white. As it's drying. And there we go, we can see it's turned very white now. Feeling quite dry. Very tacky. So let's see if this makes it any easier. Right, it's already noticeably easier for me to grip on. Wow, that's really incredible stuff. It's actually really hard for my hands to slip on the wet rope now. You can see it has started to come off quite a bit, but there is still quite a lot of pliance, even with my hands very, very wet. So hopefully when I run the Spartan run tomorrow, if I take it with me, I should be able to keep my hands slightly dry throughout the day and keep reapplying it every time I get to an obstacle where I think I'm going to need it. So I think it's going to work, and we'll see tomorrow. Okay, so I thought I'd do a second test of the liquid grip product. What I've got is my 20 kilogram sandbag, and I'm going to soak it in water and try and hold it up and see how easily it slips through my hands. And then I'm going to try with the liquid grip and see if I can hold on to it any longer without putting any more pressure on. So just going to soak the bag in water. This is about 20 kilograms, this bag, so nothing too heavy. If I hold it up in front of me, you can see that it's slipping straight through my hands. Let's try it once more. It's really, really difficult to keep a decent grip. So I'll just soak it in a little bit more water on both sides. I'm just going to dry my hands off and try a little bit more of the liquid grip product. So again, just going to rub it in. go white and dry. And you can probably see my hands are now turning pretty white again. Give it a couple more seconds to dry properly. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift the bag up, and I'm not going to exert any more pressure sideways. I'm going to try and keep the same amount of pressure that I had before and just see if it naturally stays in place any longer than it was. Alright, and there we go. I'm not putting any more pressure on, and the product's holding pretty well. I mean, the bag's moving, and there you go. So it's providing significantly more grip even in very, very soaking wet obstacles such as a sandbag grab. So I think it's going to work pretty well for tomorrow.